The HirePOS sales screen is the centre of the application. It is a place where a large portion of a user's time is spent, and it has been designed to give the easiest possible access to a range of powerful features. In this tutorial, we are going to cover some of the main elements of the page with a brief description for each. We will skip over a few of the more advanced features as these will be covered in their own specific tutorials. The first section of the screen is the Customer Details section. This section houses the details of the customer whom you will be invoicing for the sale. There is a pencil icon to allow for quick edits to basic customer information and a button that will let you add a customer contact to the record. The Delivery Pickup section allows you to put in information for the delivery and pickup of the hire. This includes fields for location, a contact for the delivery, specific times and dates, and other data that will assist with your transport scheduling, which is covered in another tutorial. The mode drop-down allows you to change the mode of the record between quote, booking, invoice, and several others. The record number is specific to the record. The terminology for this field will change as you progress the record through the modes: quote number, booking number, invoice number, etc. The wording will change, but the number remains the same. This methodology really aids in the tracking of a record throughout its movements from a quote through to a paid invoice. The invoice date can be freely manipulated, however HirePOS initially auto-generates this for you, and depending on your settings, will update it as the hire is booked out and booked back in again. Customer PO is a place for you to input the purchase order number should your customer use that sort of system. And reference is essentially a name for the sales record. For example, 21st birthday or forklift hire. The booked from and booked to dates are your estimated date that the hire will leave the warehouse and be returned. The space in between these times, equipment on a reservation, booking or invoice will be reserved on the system to prevent double bookings. The hired from and hired to fields are the actual date and time that the hire goes out and comes back. There are options to set these as now or copy them from the booked field above. Optionally, you can set them manually also. The time span fields show the time between the from and to dates. You can manually input a time span to have HirePOS calculate the to time for you if desired. The staff section shows the name of the staff member responsible for the sales record and the staff who is responsible for the return of the equipment. The item table is where you input the items for the sales record. To add an item, select the code field on a new line and perform a search for the item you wish to add. When you add an item, the description will show up here. The unit and quantity of units columns form the basis of the way HirePOS calculates price based on time out. These can be set to automatically calculate based on time span, or you can set the pricing up in a more manual fashion. The price section shows the cost of each unit and the line total. Moving straight down, the total price section works as you would expect for any invoice or quote, showing the breakdown of subtotal, tax, and total. There is an invoice message box to the left of this. You can create custom templates for the invoice messages or manually add text to this area on a per invoice basis. Below this is a field to add internal comments and a checkbox to make HirePOS prompt you with these comments when the sales record is next opened. The Save button is just below the total. As this is a web application, any changes you make are not saved until you press Save or Save and Continue from the Save dropdown. To preview, print or download your document, you can select Preview from the bottom right. If you would like to email it off, there is an email button which will let you select some attachments, preview your email message and send it. You can receive a payment easily right in the invoice using the Receive Payment button down the bottom. Around the page you will find some useful but less commonly used features. An example is the discount column, which can be revealed by pressing Show Discount. There are options to swap between including or excluding GST, adding or sorting item lines, showing more details for the line items, and other special hire tools like stand downs and off hires. The button on the leftmost part of each line reveals a line menu that allows you to manipulate the line and perform other line related tasks. Moving back to the top of the page, there is a checkbox to mark the job as cancelled, which will surrender any equipment reservations and void the invoice. This is almost always a better option than deleting the record. Finally, there is an options menu that offers broader bookkeeping tools such as duplicating, deleting, or approving the invoice. For a more detailed look at some of the special hire features in HirePOS, please see the related tutorial or visit the Help Centre in the HirePOS app.